Hi there. So let me introduce myself to you. My name is Obius Teca. I'm 77 years old, and I came to this country from the island of Cuba when I was only 14 years old. For many of you who may have not heard of the word Cuba before, this is an island located in the northern Caribbean, where the Caribbean Sea, the Gulf of Mexico, and the Atlantic Ocean meet. Located a measly 90 miles south of Key West, Florida. Imagine, if you will, how it feels if your dad came to pick you up at school and suddenly and told you that you were about to leave in about an hour to another country, and that he and your mom were not quite sure when they were going to be able to see you again. And guess what? That is precisely what happened to me and what happened to thousands of other Cuban teenagers of my age at the time. One moment I was sitting in my high school class, and within the next couple of hours, I was on a plane to Miami, Florida, which actually became a sanctuary for millions of Cubans who fled the island because of communism. Mind you, I did not speak a word of English, and I had about $5 in my wallet. So I knew that I was in for the biggest challenge of my life. A story maybe for another time. A story which, if I told you, would make your hair stand. But I'm not here to tell you my personal life. Instead, I am here to share with you why my parents parted so abruptly, or as abruptly as they did with me. And to make it simple, they were scared to death, as well as were the parents of thousands of children in Cuba who were getting close to that, what they called the military age, which was 16 to 28. This was the age when Cuba's communist government would send young men to harvest Cuba's most prolific export mainstay, namely sugarcane, which was grown in plantations all over the island. So, back in the day, fathers and mothers would prefer to part with their children in military age rather than letting the communist government take possession of them. But why am I telling you this? Well, you may think that what happened to me in Cuba is somewhat foreign to you. You may even go as far as thinking that something like that will not happen here in the United States. And I'm here to tell you, guess what? If that's what you think again, friends. Think again, because it not only can happen here, but whether or not you realize it, it has already happened. Communism in the U.S. is alive and well. No children here will not be sent to harvest sugarcane like we did in Cuba, but worse. Nowadays, today, as we speak, the communists are out to indoctrinate your children starting as early as the elementary school age. Today, the issue is to indoctrinate your children by telling them that it is fine, that it is perfectly fine to change their biological sex, that it is fine to be a drag queen or a transgender person, and they can do so behind their parents' backs. The point I'm trying to make here, folks, is while many things have changed over the years, the essence of communism has not changed at all. The policies, the ideologies, again, the essence of communism has not changed and will not change. To many of you, The words communism and communist, the meaning of the words Marx and Marxism, may be foreign words which mean nothing to you other than, at best, a political label of sorts, and at worst, terms that you just don't know what they mean at all. And I'm here to tell you, better get to know these terms and better be educated and know what communism is all about and what it can do to your life and the life of everyone around you, because communism and Marxism will change your life radically. And if you are wondering about all that is wrong around you today, if you are wondering about skyrocketing gas prices, about the southern border crisis, about our cowardly withdrawal from Afghanistan, about inflation, about crime spiking, about scarcity of baby food, about government taking control of your life, about getting rid of God and getting rid of religion, about taking your guns away, about critical race theory, about wokeness, about making people who have succeeded in life be the bad guys, and the bad guys being the good guys. All of it, my friends, is what communism is all about. Hey, let me make it simple and stupid for you. Since communism was first implemented in the Soviet Union back in the early 1900s, it has killed, it has murdered close to 150 million people along the way. Let me repeat that again. Since the beginning of communism, it has killed or murdered close to 150 million people. My message here today, folks, is simple. My message is one of the first things that we surrender under any communist system are free elections. Well, I think that elections here in the United States have already begun to be hacked. Here, at the rate we're going now, time will come when we will no longer be able to choose who will govern us, who will be our next president, and who will be in our Congress. In all communist states, government officials are self-appointed. That, dear friends, is what I call doomsday. That is the day when you, your family, your children, when we will all be just political slaves, puppets, minions. We will be silenced, suppressed, smothered by a police state. And, case you have not noticed yet, that has kind of already begun here with the Biden administration passing a law which will add 87,000 IRS armed agents. I repeat, armed agents. Armed agents to collect taxes? Really? But hey, let me try and end here today on a positive note. Let's look at the glass half full and not half empty. I'm going to assume for the time being that somehow we will still have free and honest elections. A big presumption, I may add, but let's assume we do so. While we're still blessed with that right to vote, for God's sake, use it before it's too late. Whether it be primaries, midterms, or presidential elections, whichever, better get your butt off to the polls. And by God, do yourself a favor and just vote for any name, anyone who's running for office, provided that he or she has that R at the right of their name. That R stands for Republican. That R stands for freedom. That R is what this country was before it was invaded by all this radical left mafia that are now running this country and destroy our nation as you now see it is being destroyed. Just remember, please, the next time that you go to the polls, just remember that the R next to the names in the ballots, that R is the reason why my dad picked me up at school and sent me here to begin with when I was 14 years old. God save us and God save the United States of America.